Hello, I am SquidofLove. Welcome back. In this video we are going to take a first look at the Everspace Beta, which was released earlier today. Everspace is a single player roguelike space game with stunning graphics and very fast but also unforgiving action. The goal of the game is to jump from one sector to another, explore around, fight enemies, and in general trying to survive while discovering secrets and upgrading your ship so you can defeat stronger enemies and reach the end of this journey. Not all features are yet in the game since this is beta after all, so for example the game will have a rich storyline but it doesn't have it at the moment. There are many ships that you can choose and play with. At the moment there is only one available spaceship that you can play, upgrade, in general try to defeat enemies with it, but later more ships, at least 2 more ships will be added in the game. We will get the main storyline and the game will become even better. Some new features that were added to the beta include 2 new sectors, so in total there are now 6 sectors that you have to win and survive in order to beat the game. New enemies, new items and general stuff like that. Of course a lot of tweaks and fixes from the alpha version. Like I said before, when you start the game you only have access to one spaceship. This is the spaceship that you can play with, the Colonial Interceptor, or you cannot choose any other yet. You can see the stats of the ship and also what kind of perks available you have to use. Actually the game has a very unique way that lets you upgrade these perks. You can buy new perks if you have enough credits when you die. So the game might be hard at the beginning, but the more you play, the more familiar you become with the game, and of course the more credits you collect. Every time you die you have the opportunity to upgrade your existing perks or buy new ones. By upgrading an existing perk you will unlock other perks and you can choose which ones you want to upgrade even further, create your own play style, make your ship even stronger. You can gain more uses for your devices. You can make your shields stronger or make them recharge faster. You can make your hull stronger so you can survive for more. In general you have a number of different options in the way you can customize your ship, select the desired perks and make yourself able to survive longer and reach more sectors. Now let's just jump back to the gameplay. The game gives a very big emphasis on the exploration side, so you will have to check every sector, every new sector for valuable items, for upgrades for your weapons, for new items that you can use. So for example you can have a totally new weapon, you can replace your pulse laser if you want with another weapon, or you can look around for scraps, for mineable ores, mineable crystals. These are items that you will need in order to upgrade your equipment, and also other items that will help you repair your damages, repair the hull of your ship or the various modules you have equipped. The modules you have might be damaged and they can be destroyed, and that could be fatal for your run. You will have to be always very careful and try to avoid getting damaged. There are some items called nanobots that you can use in order to repair your ship, in order to repair your modules, and these are actually what will keep you alive out there. As for the environments, they are absolutely gorgeous. The environment, the background of the game is very beautiful and you will have a lot of fun exploring around, trying to discover new items, trying to discover new enemies to kill. So for example over here we have found a new item. We can choose to swap it with our shield, or we can choose to salvage it and gain some materials that we can use later to craft other stuff or repair our existing equipment. Items might be hidden inside asteroids like this one over here. There are containers around the various sectors that you can shoot in order to see what they have inside. There might be some ore, there might be some fuel, which is also very important for you to keep going, or there might be a new weapon like the shock rifle over here, and you can see the stats, you can decide which you want to keep with you. You need to choose which one you prefer. The shock rifle, as you can see, doesn't do much damage to shields while the pulse rifle does. I have chosen to take the shock rifle so I can test it and salvage the pulse laser. In general, like we have seen in many other space games, pulse energy weapons are good against shields, and guided guns, for example, ballistic weapons, are very good against the hull. So you want to have a mix of these two. It is wise to attack an enemy with shields first with your pulse laser, if you have a pulse laser, or another energy weapon, another laser weapon, and then change to your ballistic weapons, our Gatling gun over here. Try to destroy the hull and kill your target. The principle of combat in Everspace is very easy to understand, and if you are familiar with other space games, then you will have no problem to get used at it. Different weapons have different way to play, so for example the shock rifle needs to be charged before you can fire, and it is kind of hard to use it if you can aim properly. Like I said, the action is quite fast, so you may not have a lot of time in order to aim properly. Combat in Everspace is quite enjoyable, it has a lot of fun, it is very fast. The only complaint I have about combat is the fact that you take a lot of damage unless you always boost. If you boost, it's like you are evading pretty much every damage, every shot. If you don't boost, it can become very dangerous very fast, so you will have to be very careful, always keep an eye on your ship health and try to get out of any bad situation as fast as possible. And the more you play, the more sectors you explore, the more interesting stuff you discover, stuff that will help you become stronger. This hull enhancer will help us take less damage on our hull, a much needed upgrade. Not everyone in the game is your enemy, there are outlaws, there are aliens that can be attacked and can attack you, of course. There are Terran fighters that are neutral towards you and might help you in combat. Sometimes you will even see two different factions fighting each other, Terrans fighting outlaws, aliens fighting outlaws. So you can choose to ignore them or join one side and try to kill the other, or try to kill both. It's up to you what you want to do, your goal is to survive, not make friends. There are even trading outposts that you can discover in the game during your journey, and you can go dog with them, trade items, find something that you really need, such as fuel if you're desperate for fuel, and trade with something else that you have in abundance. This is a really nice addition, this is really helpful, and it will really give you an opportunity to survive longer. So if you were low on fuel and couldn't find an asteroid to destroy and gain some more, you could trade some of your items for the desired fuel. Once you are done exploring and fighting enemies in an area, then you can jump to the next area of the sector you are in at the moment and continue your exploration. In order to jump to the next area, you have to choose, you have some options and you get to choose. The game has some similarities with Faster Than Light, and this is what makes it a roguelike space game. Everspace is indeed a very unique space game and very enjoyable to play. The different environments that you are going to encounter in Everspace are not only very beautiful but can also be very dangerous. There might be some dangers, environmental dangers, around the area where you are, and if you go very close, so for example in this lightning storm or whatever it is around this black hole, then you will probably die. So you will have to be very careful, not only when fighting with your enemies but also when traveling through a certain area. Overall, Everspace is a very unique space game with some very good features, and I really can't wait to see how its development is gonna go, how it will keep evolving. There are a lot more stuff that will be added later, such as storyline, more ships, in general more items, and the game will just become better and better. The combat is already very good, fast action with a lot of options to customize your ship, your loadout, to choose different weapons and modules that you want to have with you. In general, it is a great space game, and if you like that kind of gameplay, then you should take a look at it. The beta will only be available for 2 more days until July 31st, so if you really want to get into the beta and enjoy this very beautiful and magnificent game Everspace, you should hurry, go to the Everspace official site. The link will be in the description, and take a look at the beta package if you want to buy it and get into the game right now. This was Everspace, a single player roguelike space game, a very beautiful and full of action space game, and I really recommend it. If you really like what you see, then go ahead and buy access to the beta right now. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you next time. Bye bye.